it's, I mean, and his, his sannyas, and then his marriage and everything, all his pastimes, and when Nityanand Prabhu was with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and their pastimes, everything is actually there in the book. It's a very long book, I think 7, 8 chapters. I couldn't read the whole, but yeah, definitely this childhood part I did read, and there are many more. And so I made notes from there because I didn't want to add anything from my side, because I wanted it has to be uh, proper and perfect how it is mentioned by the acharyas. So
Hare Krishna. So Natasha Mataji is going to share it.
stories to the Lord Nityananda, the friend of the fallen souls. So actually, Nityanand Prabhu in Kali Yuga is the incarnation of Balaram Prabhu, and so in the book it is said that it is very difficult to get Krishna's mercy without Nityanand Prabhu mercy. So as we read in books, and we in his pastime we saw that uh, Lord Balaram already always like when he incarnated as appeared as Krishna, then Lord Balram actually uh, came before him, and he was always there for his available for his service. So you cannot reach Krishna without Balram's mercy. So here in when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came as when Krishna in Kali Yuga came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so the same time Nityanand Prabhu came as Balram. So Lord Nityanand Prabhu actually appeared in a village called Eka Chakra in Radha Desh, and it is in West Bengal. And he appeared on the auspicious 13th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh, January and February. And that day he made his appearance. Uh, the day of his appearance, actually, the whole village where he was born became auspicious. And his father name was Hadai Pandit, and he was also a very pure devotee. And his mother's name was Padmavati. They both were very exalted devotees. And Lord Nityananda Mahaprabhu was the eldest son among the sons of Hadai Pandit, and he was very much attached with Nityanand Prabhu. And Lord Nityanand appeared in their family out of his own will. To take a birth in their family because they were like very exalted devotees and very magnanimous personalities, both of them, husband, wife, Adai Pandit and Padmavati. And seeing all his auspicious symptom, everyone eyes filled with joy. As we beginning of Bhagavatam, we read about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like when these great personalities come, actually, then the symptoms, their bodily symptoms or their bodily features actually shows, and you yourself feel like someone special has come. Like when Krishna came, then the lot of things has changed, and in uh, Mathura and in Vrindavan, people were like feeling that thing that some great personality has arrived. So same happened here when he was born in a Rai Pandit house. All the villagers, those who came to see him, was like they were very surprised and very happy from within to see him, and their eyes were filled with joy. And uh, he worshipped a deity uh, called Moreshwara, and that deity is actually a short distance from his village where he lived, and Lord Nityananda actually worshipped this deity. Uh, and as I mentioned, that he's non-different from Lord Balrama. And his in childhood pastimes, actually, when he grew little older, he was actually all the time playing with his friends there. And in his childhood, the Lord was very, very attractive. And yeah, everyone in the village actually loved Lord Nityanand more than their own kids. But nobody could recognize him because the influence of Lord Vishnu's illusory energy. So that is why nobody in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's village also, nobody initially could see him, or as a Krishna. But they he was also like the other kids for them, but his activities and everything was so special that made them feel little different about them and more affectionate towards God. So the same happened with with Nityanand Prabhu also. Like villagers of the people in village, they all loved Nityanand Prabhu more than their own kids. And like Prabhuji also shared an example of Krishna when this Leela during pastime during Brahmaji, when Krishna actually, I don't know how to say that, but like he actually, uh, in all, like, I don't know how to say that, but he actually Brahmaji took all the gopas to his planet, and then uh, Krishna actually came disguised as all the gopas. But when they reached their home, then their mom was their pet, like their mothers were loving them more, and they were feeling more affection towards their own kids. So the same actually happened here with Nityanand Prabhu, because he was the incarnation of Lord. So, and in his childhood, Lord Nityanand had no other happiness than enjoying and enacting the pastime of Lord Krishna. So throughout his childhood, he was actually playing with his friends, and they were enacted. All the pastimes happened uh, like during when he came as Balram. So, who can describe the pastime of Lord Ananta, because he's Anant Shesh? Uh, and Lord Nityanand actually concealed his real identity and happily played with his boyhood friends. He and his friends formed an assembly of demigods. This is the pastime I'm sharing. And one of them acted as Mother Earth, praying to the rest of them. Then they led Mother Earth in the river to the river bank, where all the children began to offer prayers. One boy, hiding from the rest, loudly declared, "I will soon take birth in Mathura Gokula." So this is how they were enacting, the birth of Krishna, and then how Krishna came, and then some pastime he enacted as Lakshmana from Ramayana. So there is one I'm sharing here. There are many more, but I will share few in details, and few I will just mention. That one night the Lord and his friends enacted the marriage of Vasudeva and Devki. Another night, while everyone was asleep, they made a jail cell enacting the birth of Lord Krishna. They made one place into Gokula, taking baby Krishna there. He was exchanged Maya, King Kamsa. Another time they dressed someone as Putna. Someone climbed on her chest to drink milk. One day, Lord his friend make a shakata, a hand cart out of reeds, and then it. Another day, the Lord and his friends stole from the houses of neighboring cowherd men. The boys never left Nityananda to go home, but sported with him day and night. The children's parents never complained, rather they affectionately embraced Nityananda. So this is how they enacted lots of pastimes, and they were not playing anything else, but he and all his friends there in village were busy enacting all the Krishna's pastimes. And then, like this, another day, Lord and his friends went to Talavana. They pretended, and then they made the forest look like that, and they made some like artificial forest and played there, and then killed Dhenukasura, and then ate the tala fruits. And then other pastimes as I went to the fields, and then killing Bakasura, Ghasura, and Vatasura. One day they enjoyed the pastime of lifting the Govardhan hill, and another day created a Vrindavan where they enjoyed various sports. In this way, Lord Nityananda and his friends imitated the pastimes of various incarnations. So, and Nityanand Prabhu actually enacted another incarnation also as Bali Maharaj, where as Vamana, where he tricked Bali Maharaj and took his kingdom. And this one is very nice. I really like this one when he enacted as a Lakshmana. So it is here in the page. If you can scroll down, Mataji, I can tell you where it is. When I was reading this, actually, once upon a time, yeah, Mataji, just go little down. Once the Lord enacted the pastime of killing Indrajit. This is very, very nice. Yeah, this one. So once the Lord enacted the pastime of killing Indrajit, the son of Ravan, another day in the mood of Lakshmana, he accepted defeat. They brought someone in the role of Vibhishana before Lord Ramachandra, and Lord Ram crowded him as the king of Lanka. One boy said, I am the mighty Ravana. Now I will release the Shakti Shila weapon. Stop it if you can, Lakshmana. Saying this, the boy threw a lotus flower at Lord Nityananda, who is in the mood of Lakshmana, fell on the ground. After he fell unconscious, all the boys tried in vain to receive him. When they found no symptom of life in his body of Lord Nityananda, they all held their heads and cried. The Lord's father and mother came running there and saw their son without a sign of life. They too fell senseless to the ground. Everyone who saw this tragedy was struck with wonder. As the boys described the entire incident, someone said, I know why he is unconscious. So actually, when I read this, I actually felt that, while even enacting in this pastime, how seriously how involved he was in the mood of Lakshmana, that, he was attacked by a lotus flower, not by the real arrow or something. But when he felt unconscious, his parents also did not find the sign of life. So how involved he was when he was doing it, uh, like we say that he was as if he was really living that life. And the boy dressed as Hanuman immediately went for the medicine. Another boy dressed as a renunciate welcomed Hanuman with fruits and roots. He said to Hanuman, my dear sir, please stay and grace my ashrama. It is a wonderful fortune to meet such a person as you. Hanuman replied, I must go and complete my important mission. I would like to stay, but I cannot delay. You must have heard that Lakshmana, younger brother of Lord Ramachandra, is unconscious from the Sela, Shakti Sela weapon of Ravana. I am on my way to Gandha Mandana hill to bring medicine. Only then he will survive. The renunciate said, if you must go, first take a bath and have something to eat. Then you may go. The two boys repeated whatever Lord Nityananda had instructed them. So they were still acting. They were still enacting actually, but it was so real that he was following every step happened in the true Leela. Everyone gazed at them in astonishment as they listened to their dialogue. On the request of the renunciate, Hanuman went to take a bath in the lake, where another boy in the lake grabbed hold of his feet. The boy, playing a crocodile, tried to pull Hanuman into water, but Hanuman pulled the boy to the shore. After a short fight, Hanuman defeated the crocodile. On returning to the renunciate's ashrama, Hanuman saw a mighty warrior. A boy dressed as Rakshasa tried to swallow Hanuman. He challenged, you defeated the crocodile, but you will not defeat me. But will you defeat me? I will eat you. Then how will you revive Lakshmana? Hanuman replied, You are Ravana's dog. I think most insignificant. Get out of my way. After first exchanging some harsh words, they began pulling each other's hair. Finally, they began striking each other with their fists. Swiftly defeating the demon, Hanuman went to the Gandha Mandana hill. Then he fought with some boys dressed as Gandharvas. Defeating the Gandharvas, Hanuman took the Gandha Mandana hill on his head to Lanka. Another boy playing a doctor meditated on the Lord Ram as he held the medicine of Lakshmana's nose. At, at the very moment the Lord Nityananda came to his senses, his parents and others all smiled in relief. Hadai Pandit embraced his son, and all the boys were overjoyed. Everyone asked, Dear son, where have you learned all these plays? Smilingly, the Lord said, These are all my pastimes. So this is all about his childhood, and there are many pastimes actually if we read the few chapters in this book, but I wasn't sure that whether I should mention the all here, but I really wanted to mention this one as a Hanuma, as a Lakshmana when he enacted, because how seriously, how involved he was in the act, and this is how he actually throughout his childhood he was busy playing enacted all the pastimes of Krishna, and always actually this shows that how even when he came as a the Nityananda incarnation in Kali Yuga, still he was actually telling everybody around him by all the leelas of Krishna. Nobody knew it, for them he was only a normal child, but because he didn't incarnate appeared as the Balram, he appeared as a normal human being. And for them, but when he showed his knowledge, that he knew everything, every act which Nityanand Prabhu was involved in, or asking other his friends to follow, were actually very specific, and every step by step they were acting, they were not missing anything, like we see in this Hanuman act, how he was completely unconscious till the time Hanuman could not get the Sanjeevani booty, and in between whatever things Hanuman had to do or had to go through during the real pastimes, that boy who dressed up as Hanuman or acted as Hanuman was doing the same things. So that's how we have here a lot of pastimes of Nityanand Prabhu. And because we know that he is the incarnation of Balram Prabhu in Kali Yuga, so it is very difficult to get. So this his appearance day, day after tomorrow, is very very important, because if we do not respect, in this book it is said that if you do not respect Nityanand Prabhu, if you do not meditate upon Nityanand Prabhu, if you have any bad feelings about Nityanand Prabhu, or you just overpass Nityanand Prabhu, and then you think that you can reach Krishna, which is next to impossible. So like we have the importance of Janmashtami, the same way this is also a very important day in Gaudiya Vaishnav Sampradaya, for all the devotees who wants to advance in their spiritual life, to really meditate upon Nityanand Prabhu. And in this book, further in his during his another pastimes with Lord Chaitanya, and his journey to the holy places will get, if you read this, and you can see that how he was always busy thinking about Krishna or serving Krishna however he can, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so it's very important, if we want to advance in our spiritual life, to actually meditate upon Nityanand Prabhu first, because this is like a ladder. If you cannot jump without getting his mercy. So yeah, and all glories to Lord Nityananda. That's all, Prabhuji, I have, because yeah, that's all I wanted to say about Nityanand Prabhu childhood pastimes.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you
Very
so
good.
much. That was so amazing. Very nice. So you had excellent source. Um, uh, you gave the reference, Nityanand Charitamrit, written by Acharyas and our Sampradaya, and then very nicely and beautifully explained and narrated some of the pastimes. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, anybody would like to ask any questions from Mataji? Any questions, comments, or any points? Otherwise, we'll move
So,
on.
Mataji, I have a question.
Yes.
What was the name of the village where he was born? Sorry, I missed it.
Mataji, yeah, it's Eka Chakra in Radha Desh in West Bengal. Eka Chakra.
Thank you,
Ekachakra.
Mataji.
Yes, very nice. Thank you.
And it was said that, before his birth, there was a lot of poverty in this village. But since he was born, there was everything was happening very good for people there, and they were progressing, and things were happening really good for people in village. So yeah, his birth
Thank
actually,
you,
we can say,
Mataji.
transformed the whole village. Very good.
Awesome, great. So, I think we'll move forward. Rakshita Mataji, thank you so much for such an excellent presentation.
Thanks to you, Prabhuji, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.